Hey everyone, welcome to a deep dive just for you.
Yeah, we're going to help you prepare for this
Exactly.
Cider Master interview.
Cider Master interview.
And to do that,
Yes.
we have this awesome career guide,
Yeah.
an interview guide from RoleCatcher.
Both all about Cider Master. So
Yeah.
we're going to cover the basics, like what a Cider Master actually does.
Yeah.
We'll look at the different career stages along the way, and then
Yeah.
we'll dig into some of those tricky interview questions
Yes.
you might get asked. And
Right.
we'll even touch on how AI can give you that extra edge in your job search.
Ooh, I love that part.
It's pretty cool stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start by setting the stage right.
Mhm.
What exactly does a cider master do? Because it sounds
Sure.
way more exciting than just, making cider.
Oh, it is. It's so much more than that.
Oh.
You're absolutely right. It's like being a conductor
Right.
of an orchestra, but with flavors.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're responsible for the whole process, from
Mhm.
like choosing the apples to creating those unique ciders that everybody loves.
So you really are crafting those flavors from the very beginning.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like you said, it's more than just making cider, it's creating an experience.
I like that, an experience. Okay, so we've got the creative side of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the career guide also mentions something about the scope of a cider master's role.
Right.
What exactly does that even mean?
Yeah, it's a big word, right?
Yeah.
Scope, but really it just means the range of knowledge a cider master needs.
Okay.
It's not just about knowing how to brew.
Okay.
You got to understand the science behind it all.
So like the why behind the how.
Exactly, like how those sugars transform into alcohol
Gotcha.
and create those complex flavors.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Imagine having to adjust your recipe on the fly, because this year's apple crop
Oh, yeah.
has a different sugar content.
That makes sense.
That's where the science part comes in.
That's really interesting. I didn't realize how much science
Yeah.
is involved.
It's a delicate balance
Well,
between art and science.
Cool. So we've got like the artistic side, the scientific side.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the actual like day-to-day work?
Yeah.
What's that really like? Because I know the career guide mentioned
Sure.
breweries can be lively places,
Yeah.
but it also kind of hinted
Yeah.
that the job can be pretty demanding.
Oh, yeah. It can be.
Okay, so
Think about long hours on your feet, maybe dealing with heavy equipment,
okay.
and, potentially being exposed to heat and steam,
Okay.
and even some chemicals.
Right. So it's a very hands-on.
Yes,
Very
very
much,
environment.
right.
And keep in mind, cider production often runs on its own schedule.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you might be working early mornings, late nights,
Oh,
or even weekends to keep up with demand.
right. So not exactly a 9-to-5 desk job.
Not at all.
Got it. Okay. So before we dive into all the interview prep,
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, does this still sound like a good fit for you?
Yeah.
I mean, take a moment, really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Does this work environment align with your goals,
Yeah.
your lifestyle?
Right.
Because, crafting delicious ciders is awesome,
Sure.
but you got to make sure the whole picture fits right.
Absolutely. Finding the right career fit is key
Right.
to long-term satisfaction.
Absolutely. Okay. So let's say you're still all in. You're like,
Okay.
yep,
Okay.
Cider Master, this is for me.
I'm ready.
How do you actually land the job?
Yes.
Well, that's where this interview guide comes in.
Right.
And we're going to spend most of our time unpacking these
Yes, let's...
juicy interview questions.
I love it.
Yeah.
And remember, the goal here isn't just to give you canned answers.
Right.
It's about helping you understand what interviewers are really looking for
Okay.
and how to craft responses that really showcase
Yeah.
your skills and your passion.
Right. Your unique
Exact
skills and passions.
Okay.
So let's jump into that first question because this one seems pretty straightforward.
Okay.
How did you become interested in the field of cider making?
Oh, yeah. Good one.
What's the hidden message behind this question?
It seems simple, right?
Yeah.
But they're looking for that spark,
Okay.
that genuine enthusiasm.
Gotcha.
They want to see that you're not just applying for a job, but that you're really passionate about cider.
Okay.
They want to feel your excitement
Okay.
and understand what drew you to this field.
Yeah. No pressure. Right.
Exactly.
But how would you suggest approaching this question?
Well, think about what specifically got you hooked on cider making.
Okay.
Was it a particular cider that blew your mind?
Okay.
Or maybe a fascination with the fermentation process?
Yeah.
Maybe you've always loved experimenting with different flavors. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
share a specific story that brings that passion to life.
A story.
I love that.
Yeah. Stories are powerful.
It's way more engaging than just being like, oh yeah, I like cider. Right.
bring them into your world.
So let's talk about engagement then.
Okay.
Because the next question is all about showcasing your creative process.
Yes.
How do you approach the process of creating a new cider recipe?
Love it.
What are interviewers hoping to hear when they ask this?
Well, they want to see your knowledge and your creativity. They want to see that you have a structured approach to recipe development,
Okay.
but also that you're not afraid to experiment.
Okay, so it's like a balance of
Yes.
structure and
Yeah.
creativity.
Like a good cider.
Gotcha. Okay, so how would you suggest tackling this one?
Think about how you break down the process step by step.
Okay.
Start with your inspiration.
Okay.
What flavor profile are you going for?
Mhm.
Then talk about how you choose the apples,
Gotcha.
considering their sweetness, their acidity,
Yeah.
their tannins.
Wow. Okay.
And don't forget to mention your fermentation process.
Right.
Remember we talked about the science earlier?
Yeah.
This is where you show off that understanding, so it all ties
It
together.
sort of comes full circle.
And I think it's worth mentioning here that the career guide really emphasizes the importance of continuous learning in this field.
Absolutely.
So if you've taken any courses, experimented with different techniques,
Yes.
or even just researched new trends, like weave that into your answer.
Definitely.
It shows initiative and a willingness to grow.
Right. It shows that you're not just content with the status quo, but you're always trying to improve your craft.
Okay, so we've talked about passion,
Yes.
creativity. Let's get into quality control, because
yes.
that feels like a big one.
Big one.
So the next question is, how do you maintain quality control throughout the cider making process?
Oh, yeah.
What are they really asking here?
This is about consistency
Okay.
and making sure every batch meets the highest standards.
Right.
So when you're answering this,
Yeah.
highlight your attention to detail and your understanding of the critical control points throughout the whole process.
So what are some key things that you should mention when answering this one?
Well, first and foremost,
Yeah.
emphasize the importance of having a standardized process.
Okay.
This ensures that every step is carried out
Yeah.
with precision and consistency.
So from apple selection all the way to bottling?
Exactly from start to finish.
Gotcha.
Then talk about specific quality control measures
Okay.
you would implement.
Okay.
This could include regular testing,
Like for...
for sugar content, acidity, alcohol levels.
Gotcha.
You could also mention sensory evaluations,
Okay.
where you're actually tasting the cider,
Okay.
assessing its aroma,
The fun part.
flavor appearance.
I like that one.
Make sure it looks good, smells good, and tastes good.
And don't forget sanitation, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's got to be a huge part of quality control.
Huge.
Okay.
Maintaining a clean and sanitized brewing environment is essential
Right.
for preventing contamination
Mm-hmm.
and ensuring the safety and quality.
Of the final product. So be sure to highlight that knowledge and commitment to sanitation.
Yes.
Okay. So we've covered passion, creativity,
Mm-hmm.
quality control.
Right.
But the cider world is always evolving, right?
Oh, it is.
So how do you stay ahead of the curve?
Good question.
And that's what the next question is all about.
Okay.
How do you stay up to date on industry trends and innovations?
I love this question.
Yeah.
It's all about your curiosity and your commitment to learning.
Okay.
They want to see that you're passionate about not just making cider,
Mm-hmm.
but the industry itself.
Right. So where would you even begin to find this information?
Well, there are tons of resources out there.
Okay.
You could subscribe to industry publications and websites that cover, the latest news and trends research. There are also conferences and events
Oh, yeah.
specifically for cider professionals.
Working.
Networking, yes.
Okay.
You can learn from experts, meet your peers,
Mm-hmm.
discover new products and techniques.
Cool. And what about social media, right?
Oh, social media is huge.
Yeah.
Following industry influencers,
Yeah.
engaging in online forums and groups.
That's a great way to stay in the loop.
It is. It's a great way to stay connected.
Okay.
And while we're talking about professional development,
Yes.
the career guide also highlights networking.
Oh, yeah.
Attending industry events, joining associations,
Mm-hmm.
connecting with people online.
So it's not just about what you know.
It's about who you know.
Right.
Exactly. And building those relationships.
Yeah.
Connecting with others in your field.
Mm-hmm.
That's essential.
That's good advice for any career,
Any career.
not just cider making.
Absolutely.
Okay, now let's talk about the business side of things, because making delicious cider is one thing, but selling it
Oh, yeah.
is another.
Absolutely.
It's a whole other channel.
So the next question is,
Yeah, okay.
how do you approach the marketing and branding of your cider products?
I love this one.
Yeah.
This is where you get to show off your entrepreneurial spirit. Oh, this is like the marketing hat comes on.
Exactly.
Okay, What are they hoping to hear with this question?
They want to see your understanding of your target audience
Okay.
and your ability to create a brand identity that resonates with them.
So it's not just about slapping a label on a bottle.
No,
It's about telling a story.
it's about the story, the brand.
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of things should you highlight in your answer?
Well, first, demonstrate your understanding of the cider market
Okay,
and your target audience.
gotcha.
Who are you trying to reach?
Okay,
Are you aiming for craft cider enthusiasts
okay,
who appreciate those complex flavors?
right.
Or are you targeting a more mainstream consumer who's just looking for something refreshing?
Okay, so know your audience.
Know your audience.
Got it.
Once you've identified them,
Mm-hmm.
think about the message you want to convey.
Okay,
What emotions do you want to evoke?
okay.
What associations do you want to create with your brand? Yeah, and the guides even recommend being specific
Yes.
about your marketing tactics.
Absolutely.
Would you focus on social media campaigns?
Mm.
Would you collaborate with local businesses?
Yeah.
Sponsor events? Like, the more details you can provide, the better.
The better.
Gotcha.
It shows that you've thought about the practical side of marketing,
Okay.
that you have some creative ideas.
Awesome.
And don't be afraid to share any successful marketing campaigns you've been involved in,
Right.
even if it wasn't directly related to cider.
It shows
It
experience.
shows your experience.
This is great stuff. Okay, now let's talk about something that I
Yeah.
think we all love to talk about.
Challenges.
Challenges.
I was going to say challenges.
Everybody loves a good challenge.
Let's face it, no job is perfect.
Right.
Right?
We all face challenges.
So the next question is,
Yeah.
can you describe a time when you encountered a difficult challenge
Mhm.
in your work as a cider master?
What are the interviewers trying to assess with this question?
They want to see how you handle adversity.
Oh,
Everyone faces challenges, right?
Mhm.
But it's how you approach those challenges that really matters.
Okay.
They want to know if you can think critically, solve problems,
Okay.
and learn from your mistakes.
So how do you choose the right challenge
Yeah, that's a good question.
to talk about?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure
Right, you've probably had a few.
you've had a few.
Choose a challenge that was significant enough
Oh,
to be
goodness.
memorable,
Right.
but not so overwhelming
Right.
that it makes you look incompetent.
Right.
It could be a technical issue during production,
Okay.
quality control problem,
Right.
or even a conflict with a team member.
Right.
The key is to explain the situation,
Clearly.
clearly outline the steps you took to address it,
Okay.
and highlight the outcome.
What happened? What'd you learn?
Exactly.
Did it change your approach
Yes.
to certain tasks?
Did you have to adapt?
Did it highlight any areas where you needed to improve?
Right.
Because even the toughest challenges
They can be.
can be valuable learning opportunities.
Absolutely.
Okay, one last question before we move on to the next part
Okay.
of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
This one's all about leadership.
Ooh, leadership.
How do you manage a team of cider production employees?
Okay.
Now, even if you haven't officially managed a team before,
Right.
how can you still demonstrate that leadership potential?
That's a good question.
Because they're looking for that.
They are.
Okay.
Think about situations where you've taken on a leadership role,
Okay.
even if it wasn't a formal position,
Mm.
maybe leading a group project,
Gotcha.
mentoring a colleague,
Okay.
or even just taking initiative,
Yeah.
organizing a team event.
So it's not about the title. It's about
It's about the quality.
those leadership qualities.
Yes.
What kind of qualities are they looking for?
Things like communication skills,
Okay.
motivation,
Yeah.
conflict resolution,
Okay.
delegation.
Gotcha.
Think about your management style.
Right.
Are you collaborative?
Mm-hmm.
Do you empower your team members?
Okay.
Are you good at providing constructive feedback?
And don't just talk about your philosophy.
Right.
Provide those concrete examples.
Stories.
Share stories about how you've successfully led teams in the past,
Exactly.
even if it was just a small project or a task.
Right. Because it brings those skills to life.
Yeah.
And speaking of visualization, that brings us to the next part of our deep dive,
Ooh.
where we'll explore how RoleCatcher's AI tools
Yeah.
can help you tailor your answers and get personalized feedback.
It's a game changer,
It is.
but we'll save that for part 2.
Yes, stay tuned.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Okay, so before we jump into all that amazing AI stuff,
Yes.
I want to touch on one more question from this interview guide.
Okay.
And it asks, what are your salary expectations?
Oh, the salary question.
Yeah.
It's always a tricky one.
It's kind of awkward to talk about money, but it's like a crucial part of the interview.
Right.
So how do you approach it without like selling yourself short or like totally scaring them off
Exactly.
with a number that's way too high?
Well, the key is to do your research.
Oh, okay.
Use websites like Glassdoor or salary.com
Gotcha.
to get an idea of the average salary range
Okay.
for Cider Masters in your area.
So, like, what are other people making?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then also consider your own experience
Right.
and qualifications.
So if you have like a ton of experience and a proven track record,
Yeah.
you can ask for more.
You can justify asking for a higher salary.
Right. Okay.
But if you're just starting out,
Yeah.
you might need to be a little more flexible.
Gotcha.
It's all about finding that balance.
Okay. So knowledge is power when it comes to salary.
Always.
Got it. But what if they ask you to throw out a number first?
Yeah.
Because I always freeze up when that
I
happens.
know. It's tough.
Yeah.
Instead of giving a specific number right away,
Yep.
try saying something like, I'm really interested in this opportunity,
Okay.
and I'm confident my skills and experience align with your requirements.
Mm-hmm.
I'm flexible on salary, but I'd like to understand the salary range for this position.
So you're kind of turning it back on them a little bit.
Exactly. I
That
like
is-
that.
It opens up the conversation.
It takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It shows that you're open to negotiation.
Yeah.
But you're also not willing to undervalue yourself.
Right. You know your worth.
Exactly.
Okay. That's a great tip.
Thanks.
Now, speaking of taking the pressure off,
Okay.
let's talk about how technology can give you like an extra edge in your job search.
Yes.
Because let's face it, the job market is competitive.
It is.
Right.
It's tough out there.
So that's where RoleCatcher's AI tools come in.
Right.
And these tools are like,
They're amazing.
they're game changers.
They're game changers.
Especially when it comes to tailoring your CV and like practicing for your interview.
Absolutely.
I was reading about RoleCatcher's AI.
And it sounds pretty amazing.
It is.
Can you break it down for us? Like, what can these tools actually do?
So imagine this. You're applying for your dream Cider Master job, right?
Okay.
You've put everything into your CV. You've highlighted your skills, your passion.
All those things we talked about.
Exactly, all the things. But how do you know if your CV is actually hitting the mark?
Yeah.
That's where RoleCatcher's AI comes in.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It can analyze job descriptions
Okay.
and identify the specific skills and keywords employers are looking for.
Oh, so it's like reading the hiring manager's mind.
It's like a secret decoder ring
Yeah.
for job postings.
Okay.
It helps you see what's really important to them.
So then you can use that information to tailor your CV
Exactly.
and make sure you're highlighting like the right stuff.
Right, you're speaking their language.
No more generic resume.
No more generic resumes.
They get lost in the internet black hole.
Exactly.
Okay.
Love it.
And it goes beyond just keywords.
It can analyze the content and structure of your CV.
Wow.
Suggest improvements
Really?
to make it more impactful.
Wow.
It might suggest rephrasing certain bullet points,
Okay.
adding quantifiable results.
So like numbers.
Yeah, numbers.
Okay.
Or even reorganizing sections to
Gosh.
create a stronger narrative.
So it's like having a personal career coach
It is,
in your pocket.
but without the awkward small talk.
Yes, exactly. Sign me up.
Right.
But it doesn't stop there.
No, it doesn't.
RoleCatcher also offers AI-powered interview practice. And this is where I think it gets really exciting.
I know.
So tell me more about this AI interview practice.
Okay, so this is all about helping you feel confident
Okay.
and prepared for your interview.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually record yourself answering common interview questions
Oh, wow.
and then get AI-driven feedback
Okay.
on your delivery content,
Oh, wow.
even your body language.
Wow, that's next level.
It is.
So it's not just what you say,
It's how you say it.
right? Because sometimes our nerves get the best of us
Oh, yeah.
in interviews.
Absolutely.
But with this, you can work on all that beforehand.
You can practice,
Yeah.
get feedback, build your confidence.
Like an interview superstar.
Exactly.
Love it.
And the best part is,
Yeah.
you can use this feature for any interview question, not just the sample ones we talked about.
Okay, so it's not just limited
No, it's not limited.
to this specific set.
Nope.
So whether it's a technical question about, yeast strains,
Right?
or a behavioral question about teamwork,
Mm-hmm.
RoleCatcher's AI has got you covered.
Got you covered.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we have.
But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to some of that career wisdom
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
that's sprinkled throughout this career guide.
Mm-hmm.
What stood out to you?
Well, one thing that really resonated with me
Yeah.
was the emphasis on getting hands-on experience.
Yes.
Even if you've got all the book smarts in the world, there's no substitute for actually doing the work.
Exactly.
So internships, apprenticeships,
Volunteering,
volunteering at a local cidery.
even home brewing.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
The guide mentions homebrewing.
It's a great way to learn.
It is a fantastic way to get experience.
Yeah.
You can experiment with different recipes.
You can learn about fermentation firsthand.
Yeah, and even start building your own cider portfolio.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Right?
And what about competitions?
Oh, yeah, competitions are great.
Right.
Entering your home brews
Yeah.
in local or national cider competitions.
You could win awards.
You can get feedback from experts.
Okay, so it's like taking your passion project
Yes.
to the next level.
Exactly.
And speaking of passion projects, the guide also really emphasizes networking.
Oh, absolutely.
Because in the world of craft beverages,
Yes.
it's all about building relationships,
It is.
connecting with people who share your love of cider.
And networking can open so many doors
Right.
to new opportunities, mentorships, collaborations.
Yeah, so attend those industry events.
Yes.
Join professional associations.
Get active.
Get active online
Online.
in those cider communities.
Exactly.
You never know who you might meet or what opportunities might come up.
You never know.
And don't forget to, showcase your capabilities.
Oh, yeah.
Create a portfolio of your recipes. Write blog posts about your cider journey.
Yes.
You could even start a YouTube
A
channel
YouTube channel.
where you're sharing your knowledge, your passion.
Exactly.
These are all great ways to, demonstrate your expertise
Absolutely.
and, build a following.
Right.
And remember, the cider industry is always evolving.
Always.
So continuous learning is essential.
Yes.
Take courses, experiment with new techniques.
Stay curious.
Stay curious.
The more you learn,
Yeah,
the more valuable you become.
as a cider master.
As a cider master.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired.
Me too.
I might have to try my hand at homebrewing.
You should.
But before we move on to that final part of our deep dive, I have a question for you,
Okay.
the listener. What has stood out to you the most about this cider master role so far?
Yeah.
What are you most excited about?
Mm-hmm.
What are you most apprehensive about?
Right.
Take a moment, reflect on that.
Yeah.
Because in that last part, we're diving into something special.
Oh, yes, we
A
are.
very special feature offered by RoleCatcher
Ooh.
that's guaranteed to, boost your interview game
I can't wait.
to a whole new level. Okay, we're back for the grand finale of
Yeah.
your Cider Master deep dive.
I'm excited.
And we've saved the best for last,
The best.
RoleCatcher's AI feedback
Oh, yes.
on interview answers.
This is a game changer.
This is like having a secret weapon
It is.
to help you fine-tune your responses
Yeah.
and really nail those interview questions.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell me more about this magical AI feedback.
So it goes way beyond just identifying areas for improvement. It gives
Okay.
you specific suggestions
Okay.
on how to rephrase your answers, add more detail, or even highlight those key skills
Gotcha.
that align with the job description.
Oh, so it's really tailored.
Yes, very
Tailored to
different.
the specific job
To the specific job.
you're applying for.
It's like having a personalized interview coach,
Yeah.
but without the awkward silences.
I like that.
Right.
So it takes all the guesswork out of interview prep.
It does.
You're not left wondering if you're on the right track.
You know exactly what to work on.
You get that concrete feedback.
Yes.
And it's tailored to that specific job.
And the AI looks at everything.
Wow.
The content of your answers, the structure,
Okay.
your tone of voice, even your body language.
Really?
It picks up on those subtle things that we might not even be aware of.
So like those nervous habits we were talking about?
Yeah, like using filler words too often or not making eye contact.
It sees all.
It sees it all.
Okay, so it's not just about what you say,
It's how you say it.
but how you say it.
Yes.
And this is where I think this feature really shines. Because you can practice.
You can practice.
Get feedback,
Yeah.
build your confidence.
Become an interview superstar.
Yes, until you feel like an interview superstar.
Exactly.
And you can use this feature for any interview question.
Any question.
Not just the sample ones we talked about.
Doesn't matter.
So whether it's a technical question about yeast strains
Right.
or a behavioral question about teamwork,
Mm-hmm.
RoleCatcher's AI has got you covered.
It's like having an on-demand
Yeah.
interview expert
It's in your pocket.
in your pocket,
Ready to go.
ready to help you shine.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From understanding the role of the career path
Mm-hmm.
all the way to acing that interview with the help of RoleCatcher.
Yes, we've talked about the science, the
Yeah.
art, the business side,
The challenges, the importance of continuous learning.
and of course, how to rock that interview.
Yes, I'm feeling pretty pumped up for you.
You too.
It's been awesome exploring this career path with you.
It has.
So as you go on this exciting journey, remember to let that passion shine through.
Well, it shines.
The cider industry is all about creativity, innovation.
And a genuine love for crafting delicious beverages.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
And cheers to your success.
Cheers to your success.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Good luck on your Cider Master journey.
We'll see you next time.